I'm back. Live at the Daytona International Superspeedway, it's flag-to-flag coverage of the Collar Street Cup Series Duel for Cash Daytona 250. Hi, folks. I'm Form of the Crowd 909 alongside here with my co-commentators HD Motorsports and Dirty Deeds. And, folks, we've got 100 laps here at Daytona. This is the kickoff for the Cup Series presented by Duel for Cash Racing. And HD Motorsports, we've seen some fantastic races already here in Speed Weeks with the Clash and the duels. What are your expectations for the big one tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, we might actually have a big one tonight, and it's going to be very interesting to see how these boys are going to be driving with damage on for the first time. You know, the Clash and the duels, damage wasn't a thing in online racing. Now it is. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see a little cautious driving going on, but I'm hoping for an exciting finish tonight.
That certainly might be the case, and I got to tell you, I ran the Truck Series race here for D4C last Sunday, and it did have an impact as far as the damage being on. And Dirty Deeds, taking into account the fact that we do have damage now, and these drivers will have to come in the pits at some point. We know the big one can certainly break out any lap and make repairs to their vehicles. Do you think that will have much of a difference when it comes to pit road strategy?
Well, I think the strategies are going to be a little different tonight because we've seen it here when we practice with damage on. If you even bump draft somebody a little too hard, then you get some damage there, and it does affect your car. I believe that we probably will see some people maybe with damage to try to stretch it just a few laps to get in a pit window while others will stay out there to the end of the race or to the end of their fuel run.
And Deeds, you know, going off of that, when you do repair your vehicle, it goes back to 99%. So do you think getting any damage at all will have a long-term impact because these drivers can just come back into pit road and make a quick repair?
Well, I think that you're going to see the most impact during the last stage of the run there when the race is coming down to the end. I mean, barring the caution at the end, like we saw in the Clash race there. I do think that it's going to play a big factor. I don't think you're going to want to guys are going to be thinking, do I want to pit right now and go back into traffic and try to work my way back up through here with the chance of getting damaged at the end?
And HD, since this is the first official points race of this Collar Street Cup Series and Duel for Cash, we now will see probably more of a role that teammates will play as they want to win the team championship. And, Daytona and Talladega seems to encourage that type of gamesmanship and work among teammates. Are there any particular teams that you're looking for tonight to really work well together and run this race?
Well, one particular team in general is going to have to be Red Spade Motorsports. I mean, you have all four guys on the team are very good at every track. When you put them together at a track like Daytona and Talladega, it really comes down to how much you race together, how much you know your teammates. And I know 3 of those guys on that team have been racing together since Heat Evolution, the very first game that came out on Xbox One. So I'm looking for Red Spade Motorsports to have a good night tonight.
And I know we typically go through and we make predictions on the race winners before the race starts in the pre-race broadcast here. And I want to do that, but since this is the first race of the season, I also want to get you two gentlemen your thoughts on who the champion will be. HD, what are your predictions as far as who will be, I guess, in the Final Four and then who will ultimately win the championship?
All right, so my Final Four prediction early on at Daytona is going to be Valley. I'm going to go D4C Coe, Tech 9, and I'm going to go CMG Rose as my early predictions to make it to the Final Four. And then win the Final Four is going to have to be Valley Racing 93, coming out of Red Spade Motorsports, driving that 21 machine.
And what about you, Deeds?
I tell you, the Final Four there, man, that's really hard to pick. But, I mean, it's early in the season. Who knows? Might get one right here. I'm going to go with you can't not take Valley. I mean, it's just impossible. So he's definitely in there. I'm going to pick his teammate Rose. I'm going to say D4C got him. And I'm going to put D4C FOURSPEED in there as well at the end. With
and
Valley
my
being
thoughts
the champion.
on it. Well, I'm thinking along the same lines you are. I'm going to have Valley Racing, of course. It's hard not to pick him as the champion for this, the dominance he's had in the winter season. But I'm also going to put Dirty WormJerm in as one of the Final Four competitors. I'm going to go with FOURSPEED as well. And I'm also going to go with Jose 720. I just got a strange feeling about this one, and I think Jose's shown some speed, especially on the 1.5-mile tracks. And with this type of playoff system, it can be a little bit unpredictable. So I think